Hey everyone, welcome to Clear Discussion. I'm John. I'm sorry about the delay between videos, but kind of a big reason for it. I had a son. I know, hold the applause, hold the applause. I had a son. He was born on November 1st, and it is now the ninth, yeah. It is now the ninth. It's been a weird and interesting learning process, but it's been so freaking rewarding. It's really something that's special. And I'm one of those people where when someone tells me about their experience, specifically with, raising kids and whatnot, it only goes so far because you're happy for whoever it is, especially if obviously if it's a positive thing, you're happy for them. But it does not do it justice. And I think part of that is because of my personality. I'm not a naturally empathetic or caring person. So when someone tells me about their story, I don't truly care too much about it. So experiencing this for myself and actually having these feelings and emotions and experiences with my son, it's really something special. I want to go over a list of things that have made this something that I really want to share because I think it's super useful. And this goes into a lot of what I've talked about before with this first one. Purpose. How for some people it's not clear. I can speak for myself where what I want to do with my life, especially in terms of job or career, it's not clearly evident to me. I'm not someone who woke up and was like, dang, I want to be a police officer, a nurse, a doctor, whatever, a teacher. I do not have that feeling and never have. But I will say this, since having my son, life has basically given me a purpose in the sense that as long as I take care of him and my wife, I'm good. And I mean that in every sense of the word, though. Taking care financially, emotionally, spiritually, all these things are super important. And now I feel like I have so much clarity of mind with the idea of life purpose and what I need to do to have fulfillment in life. I just need to take care of them. And maybe that's something that doesn't hit everyone the way it's hit me. I don't know. I can only speak for myself. But it's really nice. It's also like really humbling because I'm realizing that they need me in a way that I haven't ever before. This little guy is, just over a week old now. He can't do anything without us. So it's a really humbling thought to know that he relies on us for everything and we have to give him everything he needs to survive literally. And it's our job to make sure that he's best prepared for life, which you might hear that and you might be like, dang, like that's so much pressure. I can tell you what, I know he's really small and I haven't had to do much with him other than feed and walk around and, talk to him, and he doesn't even obviously respond. But I'm so excited to do those things for him. I'm so excited to prepare him for the world, and I really want to be a good dad for him. So I feel like life has given me so much clarity in that aspect where I don't worry about, oh, what do I got to do about this or that? It doesn't matter. All I have to do is take care of him, take care of my wife, and life is going to be good. I'm not going to be always perfectly happy. I'm not going to always be perfectly content. Excuse me. But I do have a lot of peace in my mind and in my heart when I feel I'm doing a good job executing on those things. So that's the first thing. Another thing is, because of that, life is simple. There's not all these random thoughts spewing in my head of what I could do, what I could be, what I want to do, what I want to be. They're still there, but they're like muted, or at least I've turned the volume down. I don't know if it's me who's turned it down, but it doesn't bother me the way it used to. These thoughts, these almost like the fear of missing out. I'm sure you guys have heard that before. I don't have that too much right now. I'm very much focused on taking care of them. And because of that, life is simple. Now, turn it around, it's also a lot more complicated. There's another person in the world because of us, which is a crazy thought if you think about it. Like, that dude's not here without us. To me, that's very humbling. but it also brings in this scenario for the parenting. And like I said, he's so small that there's not too much going on I would say, the parenting side. When I think of that, I think of disciplining my kids, being a good role model for them. He can't really experience because, first of all, I don't even think he can see past like here. I don't know, maybe he can. But either way, it's something that is definitely going to complicate life as it moves on. And that's why I kind of want to get this worked into my video here, is because, yes, life is simple, but at the same time, we're looking at it going into life is going to get a lot more complicated as he gets older and as he grows. And we're probably going to have more kids. Regardless, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. And if you're not ready for it, that can be too much. So now we're going to go into the next thing. I really believe, now that I've seen him and taken care of him me and my wife, obviously, over this last week, roughly, I think that there are too many people who are parents now, who are going to be, who have no business being parents. Now, I can speak for myself. I am not perfect. I am nowhere near perfect. But I genuinely think I'm a pretty solid person. I have relatively sound logic when I think of things, problem solving, and overall in life, I think I'm doing fairly well. I hope I do a good job raising him and our other kids in the future. I'm going to give it everything I've got. That being said, there is no way that as many people I've seen who are parents or going to be parents should be parents. No freaking way. This requires so much patience, dude. I can speak for I've already gotten frustrated multiple times, just waking up in the night and he's crying and I'm walking with him. We just fed him. He's still crying. Why is he crying? I have no idea. I'm walking around. I'm trying to talk to him and he's crying. I'm dead tired. It's frustrating. A lot of the time, I don't know what to do. I think that's a huge part of this process, is I don't know what to do all the time. But you can't tell me that there's people in this world who are more angry than me on a day-to-day basis, who probably are slightly abusive because of having a kid. And it's like, that's not a good thing. This is just my opinion. Take it as that. But that's how I really feel. To go into that same thought, I did not feel fully prepared to be a parent, ever. I still don't. But I was ready to accept the challenge, if that makes sense. My wife and I, as soon as we got serious and everything, I was not like, oh, let's have a kid, let's make a family, all that stuff. No. I wanted to slow things down and see how life is together before taking on the challenge of raising a child, which I think is smart in general. My wife has always wanted to be a mom. I've actually never had the overall desire to be a dad super strongly. I just kind of viewed it as inevitable, which maybe that's not the right way to view it. I don't know. But either way, I'm super happy being a dad now, and it's super rewarding. And because of all the things it's given me with the clarity, the focus, the purpose, if you're in a scenario in life where that's coming up, or that you might have a kid, or maybe your wife, your significant other is pregnant or whatnot, and you're worried. Worrying is okay, but I would be confident in yourself. Do your research, do your homework. Know it's going to be a huge struggle. I learned so much stuff about babies in the first day of him being born that I had no idea about. Quick example, don't want to talk too much about it, but babies lose weight after they're born a bit. It shouldn't be more than 10% if I remember correctly. I didn't know that. Who knows these things? Maybe other people do. I did not. So things like that, and I learned little things like that. The last week I've learned things like that every single day, which is very interesting. Wish I knew these things beforehand, but this is part of the learning process. You learn as you go. It is what it is. So I guess my overall rambling thought is, if you're coming to this scenario where you're going to be a dad, or maybe you're thinking about it, or your significant other wants to have kids, obviously take the time to think about it and make sure you're ready. But damn, life is good right now. That's about what I can say. Now, if you're a very immature person or very unprepared to have responsibilities already for yourself, don't do this, obviously. But if you're off on a pretty good stretch of life and you're knocking out your daily task, you're doing good with your responsibilities, and this is starting to come up for you, be excited, man. This is freaking cool. I'm very tired, but I'm very happy, and I would take the happy over the tired every day of the week. I don't care. A good day of sleep now is like a couple iterations of 2-3 hours of sleep maybe, which might not sound like a lot, and I've talked about sleep before, but I don't really care. I'm doing great right now, and I'm loving life. So take this as you will, man. I hope this can be helpful to anybody who's going to be a dad. Maybe you just had a kid, or maybe you and your significant other are thinking about it. Obviously, take your time, but I can tell you this. It is really cool. It is really rewarding. I know I'm just some random dude on YouTube, but take my advice as you will and take my experience as you will. I love this, and it's really cool to see it. So hope this video finds you well. Like I said before, sorry about the delay. Life was a little hectic. I'm back at it. I'm gonna try to be consistent again, and hopefully you guys are doing good. And I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.